So we all know about this news for a long time now, but it's officially confirmed by Fabrizio. We officially got the here we go, even though it's not 100% official. The here we go, because this is what Fabrizio had to say. Here we go. Deal completed between all parties as California has been given the final green light. But long we've seen 45 million euros fixed fee plus add-ons up to 5 million package. California we signed a 4-year deal. He'll fly to London today. Medical booked. So all done on the California part. He's going to be linking up, going to do his medical today. We might hear an announcement later on tonight or potentially tomorrow. I think it's a bit too late. And now, anyways, as recording this, so when I'm posting this video, perhaps we hear an announcement already. But that's good news that California is actually over the line, because some fans started to get worried when they heard Real Madrid is involved. A lot of fans been losing their head saying like, what's going on? We're not going to win this. We're not going to win the race to sign this guy. But I'm saying that we've progressed so much as a club, getting back to a big club level. And the reason why I said this, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since one of the biggest club in the world. But it's been a long time since one of the biggest club in the world is after a player and he chooses to come to Arsenal. And bear in mind, Real Madrid is the biggest club in the world. Real Madrid was after him. Juve was after him. At one point, Juve was the biggest club in the world, and still the biggest in Italy, some would argue. And this guy, Italian, disregard all the Italian teams, yeah, that wanted him anyways, because I believe Roma wanted him, and disregard the gigantic Real Madrid to come to Arsenal. You see the levels. You see the level. Listen, we're starting to operate like a big club. And big up to Edu. Big up to Josh, I should say. It's Josh Kroenke, because Josh said, listen, get excited. And now I'm starting to understand how far in the future Josh was talking. Literally. It's been, 2-3 years now since you've said that? And we can see every single season things has been progressing behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, on the pitch, off the pitch. Everything's progressing well. So I'm happy with how we've been progressing right now as a big club. Now, the next news, it is not thought that Arsenal will be bringing any superstar names this summer necessarily. Instead, the club policy in this window is to acquire players who can raise the level of the squad in a similar manner to recent signings Jorginho or Leandro Trossard. I agree with that. I can see from now, listen, California is one of our biggest signing this summer. I can see us doing, and California is a top quality player. But before we was linked with him, most Arsenal fans didn't know who California was. Even for the Euro, the only reason why I think we were noticing him is because we was linked with him. Apart from that, I don't think any Arsenal fan could sincerely say they've been keeping tabs on California. So California was not a big name signing. However, because of the Euro, it became a bigger name than what most fans knew. Not just Arsenal, but most football fans knew about California. I'm not saying that no one knew about him. Obviously, there was lots of people that love the Italian league, Serie A. They know about California, but people that only watch Premier League, they don't know nothing about this guy. And we got that player from Ajax, and these are the type of player. As I said previously, before the season end, I said that based off what Charles Watt was saying, I think David Ornstein was mainly David Ornstein was bringing this news that Arsenal's going to focus heavily on the youth system. And we can see that we got about 3 keepers in. 3 keepers. We got rid of loads of academy players, and we're bringing 12 academy players to USA. Now, for me, it's like Arteta is trimming. Arteta and Mertesacker they are trimming the youth academy squad. It's a similar thing what they've done to the first team. As soon as Arteta came in, he brought a few players in. He got the players that was already here to be playing the best football they could. Won a trophy, the FA Cup. But now, after next season, slowly start to shred the squad, slowly start to trim the squad to the type of squad he wants, the type of player he wants in the squad. And I can see the same thing happening right now with the academy. I didn't want to lose Kuzio Dubia. Don't get me wrong, Kuzio Dubia was a top quality player. I think he's the only player that we've lost that I've actually regretted losing a player like that, because you can see his potential. It's basically like Saka. He does everything like Saka. This guy is like he took notes of Saka every single match, every single training. Got some calls from all the Saka's coaches to say that, listen, Saka was like this at this age, and it's like he's been patterned, he's been molded, he's been groomed in Saka's role, in Saka's image. So it was very disappointing to see that. And then Chido Obi Martin now is getting linked to Man United. This guy, I don't want to judge him prematurely, so I will leave my judgment till after I see what team he chooses to go and the reason why. When I hear him say the reason why I left Arsenal and things like this, then I will judge him better, because we see that lots of players leaving Arsenal because they want first team football. I'm okay with that. Arsenal's got their priority, the own players got their own priority, so I understand that from a personal level. However, sometimes these players get ahead of themselves. They think they're better than what they are. And it's the same thing that was with William Saliba. It's not William Saliba that thought he was better than where he is. Mainly it was the fans that was boosting Saliba, making him think that he's not on the level to go on loan. But we see what Arteta done. Arteta believe in his system, believe in his process, send Saliba on loan. And after that, Saliba himself confirmed that, listen, it was going to loan to Marcel. That's what made him a man. That's what groomed him. That's the time when he evolved as a person and as a player. If it was not for that loan move, he wouldn't have been where he is right now. That's not my words, that's Saliba's words. Barring the end part, right? Now, to see Chido and Arteta spoke to him, we've already seen the headlines that Arteta has spoken to him. I don't know what truth it is, but we've all seen the headline that Arteta spoke with him and he still decided not to come to Arsenal. Mate, I don't care no more. If he wants to go, let him go, because we're not going to be held ransom. This is what I love with Arteta. This is why I love the direction of the club right now. We're not being held to ransom with no one. I don't care who you are. Odegaard is the captain. We're not being held ransom with Odegaard. We've got all these top quality players in the team. We're not being held ransom. But why this little young kid thinks that he can hold the gunner, the mighty gunners at ransom? Leave if you want. Listen, there's 10 more of you in the world, Chido. Right? There's 10 more of you in the world. We can get one of them. But don't get me wrong, I love Chido as a player. But it looks like he's got an ego, which is not bad, but it needs to be earned. He hasn't done anything in terms of, yes, he has at a youth level, but he hasn't done anything at a men's level, international. That could be a whole different ball game that he can't handle. Now, what if you promote him into the first team or bring him around the first team, and then that's starting to knock his confidence, and he's starting to play bad, and then he's starting to decline in his progression. We don't know what could happen. So I trust in Arteta to do the best thing. If Arteta tries to do the best thing he could, and he still want more, then so be it, mate. So be it. I believe in the club. I believe in the way we're going right now, and I believe in Mikel Arteta. So if we have to get rid of, if Chubby wants to go to Man United, let him go, because I know that's not going to end well for him. But that's just my opinion, right? It's not facts that if he go United, he's gonna have his career is gonna basically be destroyed. But it's just my opinion, right? Because I believe that Rashford should have been a long way from where he is right now. When Rashford came onto the scene, he should have been a top quality winger or striker, wherever they play him. I can see the same thing with Menu. If they don't take care of this player, if they don't protect him, if they don't grow him properly, groom him properly, he's going to end up wasting his career at Man United as well. So I love this image, and the reason being is because of how I see Mikel Arteta is going to potentially groom Skelly this season to be a top quality player. I don't know, as I said last season, that I saw a report last season that they're going to groom Skelly to be a wing back, and when I said it, a lot of people was coming for me, but now we see based off the match he recently played, I think he played at fullback, and he did perform well at fullback. Even I hear even fans saying that, listen, he's been so good that we need to replace him with Zini. Off one match, we know the reactionary. We've got lots of reactionary fans in our fan base, and that these are some of the reactionary fans saying that, listen, after one match, they're saying that he can replace Zinchenko. But don't get me wrong, I love Skelly, and I believe that he should be in the first team. He won't be in the first team this season, but I just love to see Arteta's coaching him, Arteta's guiding him into that path, into that player he wants him to be. And there's no better coach or manager, I believe, that can get the best out of Skelly and Waneri than Mikel Arteta. It's the same thing he done for Saliba, same thing he done for Saka, same thing he done for multiple players in our team. Even Kai, getting back Kai's his confidence, he's done that for a lot of players in our team. And I believe that he will do the same thing for Skelly, because this is the same thing I seen him do to Waneri last season. In the pre-season last season, bang Waneri on tour, and before during tour, I see him doing the same thing when they were a one-on-one session when they were teaching how to pick up certain position, how to turn, how to dribble, how to get out to tight position. I see him doing the same thing when they were, and then what do you know, when Neri had a debut and had a blow up in terms of everyone now knows about him. And I believe it's going to be the same for Skelly this season. And Abi Martin I believe that Chido would be the player that would be the whenever it was last season, where Skelly is this season, I believe that Chido would be there next season, which is 2025-26 season. I believe that Chido would have been there, but now it looks like he can't wait. It looks like he ain't got no patience, so he might leave. But I'm happy that we signed Skelly and Waneri to a new contract because these players are the future. So this clip, watch this clip. Look at Odegaard passing to Ben White. Ben White and Vieira and Odegaard. Now you see Odegaard doing the overlapping, Vieira doing the underlapping. Now, how I'm seeing this, because we see certain times last season or even the season before, when Vieira came in, as soon as Vieira came in, I would say the position he plays most in the team would be at right wing when Saka's injured or when Saka's tired. I've seen him there a lot of time since he's been over Arsenal. I've seen him there quite a few times. And to see Odegaard and Vieira in that position, for me, it's like Arteta's coaching Vieira, just perhaps until Saka gets back, how teaching Odegaard how he needs to play this season with Saka in terms of doing the overlapping, because most times last season it was Ben White doing the overlapping and Saka's feeding Ben White. Arteta might be changing things again because I love the way Arteta thinks. He thinks different. He thinks it might be detrimental further down the line, but he's always thinking and twinkering and changing things. If he thinks that the opponent has an edge on him, he's gonna change things. He wants to always have that edge, and I believe that doing these certain strategies, changing certain strategies, changing certain layups, changing certain dynamics within the team in terms of the triangles, the different patterns of play, that can confuse opponents, because if they get used to Arsenal playing one way a lot for the past 2 seasons or past 3 seasons or past whenever since Arteta's been here, and then Arteta every season he changes something, he adds something, he takes away something, it's gonna always get opponents guessing and thinking till they just give up and trying to understand what Arsenal is gonna do. And I love this from Arteta, because if this is actually a thing, I'm just saying this. If this is actually a thing, hopefully it's a thing, and hopefully Arteta will do a shocking surprise with these guys, because I believe that Timber would have. I think that Arteta was planning something special with Timber last season, but I was so angry that it didn't come to fruition, because I believe that would have brought us to the title, because Thomas Partey was playing right back. Arteta was doing that for a reason, because Gabriel was in the team. And he chose to put Gabriel on the bench, have Thomas Partey right back, because he was, even though Timber was injured, he was still trying to do what he had planned in pre-season. But he realized that it wasn't working, so he went back to the original shape, to the original formation. But I could have seen that he was trying to do something. I saw that he was trying to do something, but because Timber was out, that system would not work without Timber. He tried to include Partey in it, but Partey is not that type of player to be covering a position for Timber. Now, this is something I also want to look at this. With 62 million euro signing of Lenny Euro, Ten Hag now spent $500 million since he joined Man United 2 years ago. $500 million, yeah, in 2 years. To put that into perspective, Mikel Arteta, who everyone criticized Arteta, saying he spent so much money, he hasn't got anything to show, and I think people still forget that he won this a trophy in his first 6 months in charge. But anyways, who everyone criticized for spending daily, took 4 years to spend that amount of money and only broke the $500 million mark last summer. He done it last summer, and Ten Hag done it in 2 years. Now, am I criticizing Ten Hag for not achieving more? No. Am I criticizing Ten Hag for wasting a lot of money? That's not my business. What my problem is everyone always criticizes. People criticize Arsenal last season for spending over 100 million on Declan Rice. Now, after Arsenal and Declan Rice proved that it was a good fit, and Declan Rice proved that he's a good player for Arsenal, people still criticizing, saying that I knew it was rubbish. Look what he done for England. Like, literally, no one played good for England apart from Saka sometimes. Apart from Saka, everyone was garbage. And Mark Guy. Apart from these two, everyone was garbage compared to their normal standard. So, I don't want anyone to be saying, oh, look how Declan Rice played in Euro. Everyone played garbage in Euro. If that's the case, Phil Foden plays for Man City. Why don't you be digging Phil Foden now? Harry Kane plays for Bayern Munich. Anyways, listen, keep my manager's name out your mouth when you talk about spending money. Look at Ten Hag. People have been, I don't know, everyone just hate Arsenal. Look at Pepe. Everyone's criticizing Arsenal for saying Pepe is the biggest flop in Premier League history. Anthony is a bigger flop than Pepe. No one talks about this. A lot of people don't talk about this. The way they talk about Arsenal and the way they talk about Pepe and the way they talk about all the negative side when it comes down to Arsenal. But any other club, they give them a free pass. This is why I know, man. everyone loves to hate Arsenal. I don't really mind that. Can you get me? So after signing Saliba and sending him out on loan to Marseille, listen, Ligue 1, he was in Ligue 1 team of the season. Yeah. Now in the second season, coming back to Arsenal, 22-23 season, when he got injured at the end of the season, where we lost the Premier League, I believe, is in team of the season again. So first it was France, now it's in England. Come back now to last season, team of the season again. 3 years in a row this guy's won team of the season. And then for Euro the same year, team of the tournament. That's 4 different times he's been in team of the season, or 3 team of the season, 1 team of the tournament. William Saliba, you're looking at greatness right now. You're looking at the best centre back for the next foreseeable future. Saliba can literally last 7 to 10 years right now. 7 to 10 years, because he's still young and he's got bundle of potential in every aspect. He's fast, he's strong, he's tall, he's aggressive, he's composed when he needs to be. This guy's got everything, man. He's got everything. William Saliba. And as I'm talking about William Saliba, it's only right that we mentioned his teammate, his centre-back partner, and that's Magalhaes, Gabriel Magalhaes. This says that Magalhaes starts pre-season work at Brazil to join the Arsenal squad in the USA on July the 25th. So it looks like all the Brazilian players might be joining on the USA tour, which is another boost for the Arsenal squad, because we need as much as first team players we can get back as possible. And it's good to see that Gabriel has been taking it seriously. He's started training already, and also getting Calafuri is a very good thing, because Calafuri started training as well. So we're gonna have lots of people back ready to start. We've got Timber could start as centre back. We've got lots of players that could fill in for now until Saka gets back, until all these our first team players, I would say, get back into the team. We've got adequate replacement that can cover up the gap. The good thing is that we're not playing in a big team until these players get back. Now look at this. You'll never guess which player had 1 year left on his contract. Edu deserve credit. Edu deserve all the credit in the world for this signing. Top business. First of all, Calafuri was in the Euro. Calafuri is more experienced. Calafuri had a longer contract. Yeah, a longer contract. And by all, this guy is starter for Italy. And with all these metrics, we still got him for cheaper than Man United. Now, as I said before, Man United reminds me of how we were back in the days when we were overpaying for people like Pepe. I think this player is they overpaid for him. However, I believe that he's good enough to repay that fee. But for now, as of this season, I believe that that's a big fee, transfer fee for 18-year-old, right? We don't know if he's gonna come good. That's the same thing with William Saliba. William Saliba came in the same situation, and we loaned him out because we realized that it wasn't ready yet. Now let's see what Man United does with this guy. But considering they're spending so much money for him, they might have to start him. You see now, this is exactly what I was talking about on the previous slide. This was the preseason match, right? This is one of the last preseason match, and Vieira takes up the position of Saka, just like what I was saying in the previous video with Iman Odegaard. Now I see Ben White getting on the overlap. Vieira is now going to pass on the overlap. Now that's what I'm saying. Seeing Vieira and Odegaard in that position, it's like Arteta's training Odegaard how to overlap with Saka. Even though they done that a lot last season, this looks like it's going to be a regular occurrence, because I believe that we will get a centre mid, and that centre mid would help Gabriel Martinelli on the other side, or whoever we're going to get to play on the wing on the other side. If it's not Gabriel Martinelli, the left-sided centre mid will help that player, as just the same way Odegaard is helping Saka. So I want to see Calafuri attacking this play. If Calafuri starts on the left back or left wing back, I want to see his attacking prowess, and he's very good at that. So I know he's going to help Martinelli along with that left-sided centre mid. These two players are going to help Martinelli to push on to the next level this season. I really can see Martinelli, Jesus doing numbers this season in terms of goals. I've been saying that when Jesus came in, it looked like such a special talent, but then after a while, it's starting to decay, starting to flop, and I believe that it's because of the injury. He got a few niggling injuries that messed up his career with Arsenal, I believe, and it just don't look the same. I believe that this season he got time to prepare. He had a surgery as well. He came back from fitness. No one rushed him. He took his time to get back to full fitness. So I believe that he's going to have a good season, a strong season for Arsenal. And if he don't, listen, I don't want to be reliant on a player like Gabriel. If he can't stay fit this season, I don't want to rely on him. Same way I don't want to rely on Partey. But I love to see the fact that Arteta is coaching these different systems, these different triangles, these different styles on the pitch.